Hey, this is Brett the Hitman Hart, the best there is, best there was, and the best there ever will be. And you're listening to the Smacked Raw podcast.
What's going on, everybody? It's The Rewind. Me and RN are always here bringing the latest happenings in and outside the wrestling ring to you live Sundays at 9 p.m. Twitch.tv/SmackDraw. Fuck it. I don't know where I was going with that. My name's Kyle.
I am RN, the brains and beauty and the sexiness of the SmackDraw pod.
The sexiness, man. That's new.
Well, I'm winning the thirst traps, so
you feeling yourself with those damn kennel pictures I've seen you sharing.
Oh yeah, those were fucking, and they were so last minute. It always seems like that. Some last minute, you know what I'm saying, like 20 seconds worth of time to fucking do shit always turns out the best.
Bro, you got to keep that shit on deck. If your girl ever leaves you, you'll get so much pussy with those fucking dog
puppies.
pictures, man. They'll be lining up for you.
I'm actually gonna start a website called Pussy and Pups.
Pussy and Pups, bro.
It's just pictures of people with their pups. Like you got to have a dog. That's the only way you can sign up.
That's the dating service, man. It's a dating service right there.
Or the OnlyFans version is Pussy and Pups, but the PC one is called Must Love Dogs.
There you go. Yeah, dude. The limit. It's a dating app, and the limit is you got at least the dudes have to show up with dogs.
Yeah. Oh, you have to own a dog. You have to show proof of ownership too. You can't be catfishing with a dog, bro.
No fucking Getty images. No Getty images in your fucking photo, man. What's up, man?
Don't steal those fucking ideas. Anybody out there that's listening?
Bro, I missed you. Missed you last week. Although dude, I ain't gonna lie, man. I worked with Marie. Me and her got a good dynamic too, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I don't know why she keeps fucking playing with us. Like,
yeah,
we feel like Urkel chasing Laura on Family Matters. Like, just be with us. Join our team.
I think it's hilarious. You and I were like trying to coax her onto the show, and she was all playing hard to get. And she's like, I'm super busy all next week. And the moment you dropped out, she's like, yeah, I'm on. I'm down.
Right. She is a part of us. Stop playing.
Yeah, man. Dude, I got to tell you, so look, and I got one story for us today. Oh, by the way, you guys, listen, we are a wrestling podcast. If to anybody else that likes to tune into this shit, today we're going to talk about what everybody else is talking about, man. Vince McMahon apparently retired from WWE. Yeah. We'll go ahead and lend our professional speculation on all that bullshit. There's some news. Kevin Dunn, I almost said Pete Dunn. Kevin Dunn might be out the door. We'll fucking fantasy book what we think the future holds. It's mainly just going to be like Vince and WWE, but we're also going to talk a little bit about Death Before Dishonor. Your boy didn't do his homework on the G1 Climax. I'll catch up, and we'll come back to the G1 on the next week's Rewind. But until then, listen, man, I've been dying to tell you about this shit all day. You got to listen to me.
Let's go.
So, all right. So listen, my wife and I, we've been together for 12 years, and we got together. And when we were both damaged, you know, and through these 12 years, I got to tell you, my wife has grown into like one of the most like strong, independent, carry her own, like just great fucking women, like greatest women I've ever met. And I've grown too. No, man, like over these years, I've gained so much fucking respect for my wife. But I'm not going to lie, like, every now and then she can be really fucking stupid. Listen, man. So we just got a table. We're doing like this hand-me-down fucking game. Her parents got a new table, so their table went to her sister, and then we inherited her sister's table, right?
Yeah.
My
family does that whenever someone gets a new piece, everything just slides down.
Yeah.
Or slides over, depending on where.
But listen, we already got a kitchen table, right? So what we did was we brought this new table over. I put it upside down on the fucking old table. I brought the new one in. It's sitting on the old table. Her and I are both working nonstop this weekend, so I had like very little time to take care of it. Well, she asks what we're going to do about it this morning. I said, look, we both got to work today. When we we'll either take care of it tonight when we get home, otherwise tomorrow morning, you know? Well, my wife, I leave, and my wife, Miss fucking strong, independent woman, says, no, I'm going to handle this like 300-pound fucking mahogany table on my own. Listen, ladies, there's some things you just cannot do by your fucking self.
Facts.
Okay? And this isn't like a sex thing. This isn't because you're women. This is because
it's a nature thing.
On really heavy fucking boxes, you look at the picture and there's two motherfuckers carrying the one box. Okay? So my wife says, I'm going to handle this shit on my own. Right? Dude, I didn't get 10 minutes away from the house on my drive to work. I get a fucking phone call I get a phone call. And she's like fucking shaking up. And I was like, baby, what's wrong? You know, and my brain goes right down the fucking toilet. I'm always thinking something happened with the kids. And she was like, I tried to fucking handle the goddamn table. And I was like, yeah. And she's like, well, I moved it. She did something. I don't know what the fuck she did, but she tore her goddamn big toenail clean off her fucking foot, man. Yeah, bro. Listen, hold on. We're gonna do this live on air. I'm gonna forward you. I don't know why I didn't already do this. I'm gonna forward you this picture that I got. She sent this shit to me. I almost got in a fucking car accident. Oh, dude, it's so nasty. I've only looked at it once. I'm looking at it right now. Oh God, it's not good, bro. It's not good. You know what I'm gonna do is, I know Alison's in here, and then we'll just drop it in our fucking group chat. Right. Here you go. So now Alison and Will can see this shit, dude. Look at this shit. Fucking gnarly, bro.
Oh God.
Yeah, man. Clean off, son.
God, it looked like it took a chunk of it on the way out.
Bro, if you have a fucking mahogany table that has a leaf in it, it's meant to like have like 6+ people sit at the table. You don't need to carry that shit by yourself. Dude, I wouldn't. I'm a big dude, man. I'm like 6'3", fucking 280 now, 275. I've been losing some weight, folks. I wouldn't even try to move that shit by myself, man. Fucking yeah, ripped her toenail.
That's not funny. It's really not.
Dude, ripped her toenail clean off, gnarly though.
Oh, like
yeah, man.
Gone.
She goes, she goes, what do we do? I was like, bitch, what do you mean, what do we do? I was like, go get some gauze, wrap it up. Do I need to go somewhere? I was like, they're not gonna fucking do anything. She's like, what do I do now? I was like, bitch, you limp on it for the next month. Is what you do. You limp on that foot.
You literally have to hope you don't shit yourself when you put a sock on. That's what God. You do.
Dude, and she works on her feet. She runs a restaurant. She's constantly moving around. Oh my God, man.
Yeah, that's a bit of bad luck.
Yeah, man. Fucking, it's okay to ask for help, folks. It's okay.
Right. Sometimes leave that independent woman shit at the door.
Yeah, man. And I joke about the independent woman thing. This applies to everybody. But yeah, ladies, you got nothing to prove, especially if you're trying to lift heavy shit and the only people around you are two toddlers.
Right.
Like the only people watching is a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old. I don't know how much you're impressing them, okay?
Right.
They have no scale. They have nothing to judge this by.
Yeah.
I can't wait to clip this and send it to her.
That was fucking gnarly.
Yeah, man. Anyways,
fuck.
If you guys like the show, we go live every Sunday at 9 p.m. Twitch.tv/SmackDraw. If you ever miss a live stream, we're on YouTube.com/SmackDraw Podcast. Hit that like and subscribe button. We're on the way to 500 subs. We're grateful for all you fuckers that listen to these stupid married stories that I tell. And then you can always catch the audio version of this anywhere. If you want, what I'll do is I'll post this gnarly toe picture to my Twitter. So I'll use this as a cheap plug. Follow me on Twitter at The Kai Tai Show. I'll go ahead and post this after the show goes up. So if you're listening to this, if you're listening to this on YouTube or anywhere else, yeah, go ahead and check out my Twitter. You'll see a picture of my wife's toe. I don't need any of you foot freaks in there. All right, just fucking stay out.
If anybody's a foot freak for that picture, there's something fucking wrong with them.
Yeah, man. I don't know if
they need to be arrested or institutionalized. If that picture gets anybody off.
You think there's a fetish for that, like bloody feet? Like someone
I would say, probably like feet, like blood splattered on it, like a movie or something, not a fucking chunk of someone's toe being.
I don't know, man. I can see it, like some sicko jerking off some bloody feet. Like, what do you think their favorite movie is? Die Hard? Bruce Willis running through all that broken glass.
I mean, you know what? There probably is some sick fuck out there that gets off on that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, shit. They just told me the title still says botch shots and chair shots. Yeah, that's so yeah, the live stream, that's for you guys. I don't know what's going on my end. My streaming tools aren't up, and I don't want to close the stream to change it. Alison, if you're there, maybe you can ask Will. He can update the title. But otherwise, it's no big deal. It's no big deal. You get to see all these botches and shit if you ever catch us live. Dude, let's talk about what everyone else is talking about, man. Fucking the shock retirement of Vince McMahon. Look, A, what are your thoughts? B, is it really a retirement? You know, quote unquote.
I think it is. I think this was all part of the plan to get everything shuffled around how he wanted it for his exit strategy. He got Stephanie back in place.
Oh, this is a fucking CEO Vince strategy.
Yeah, I've said that from the beginning, that this was their ploy to kind of get everything back from Nick Khan and kind of wrestle some of the control away from him. I don't care what anybody says. I think that because all these people that are back in charge now were out of the fucking company less than a month ago. Now all of a sudden they're all back in prominent positions running the company. So this was somebody's plan. I don't know. It may even been Nick Khan's plan to make sure the McMahon succession stayed in place in case something happened to McMahon. Because I mean, as much as we give him shit about how he goes against everything, for all we know, that he could be really with them, like firmly with them, standing beside them and being that human shield to kind of take some of the shit that's being slung at them. So to me, I always thought that this was the plan altogether. Like I said, I don't know if it was them against Nick Khan or just what they all conspired to get done. But I knew this as soon as Triple H came back, I knew that like, this is something else. Like
fucking yeah, Triple H walks in the door first thing that morning. Yeah. That was the news broke that morning. Right. Triple H was back in a prominent position in the company. I don't think it was, I could be wrong because I'm trying to remember this stuff off the top of my head that's been reported. I'm not actually reading any reports in front of me.
They didn't really give a position. They just said a prominent role in the creative department. They didn't really give like an actual title that he had or whatever. Yeah,
so he's back. And then, somewhere around, I want to say 4 in the evening Eastern time, Vince McMahon tweets out, he's 77. It's time to call it quits, man. Mm-hmm. And fucking, I watched, because I caught the tweet. It was under 10 minutes after it posted. And it was like watching wildfire catch.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like every time I refresh my feed, it just went more and more until.
Well, another thing too is Pritchard stayed on, which to me says a lot too, because he's a Stephanie guy as well. It just seems like all her people that she wanted from SmackDown and her days in creative all stayed or all got bumped into prominent positions to be around her. And that's why all of this just seemed like a power play either on the McMahons and Nick Khan as a whole, or at the kids and like the McMahon family as a whole, to the like shareholders and all these other fucking people on the corporate side. You know what I'm saying? Like that, all of it just seemed like a huge Stephanie McMahon whipping out her dick moment, honestly.
The RN with the showing off the dick moment.
I mean, it's seriously like, think about all the people that we just got updates on about getting new jobs or coming back into the company were all her immediate inner circle when she was head of creative for SmackDown and Raw a few years. What was that, like almost 10 years ago, really? The only person missing is Paul, and I guarantee you it let the shit go on a little better more. I guarantee you Paul's going to get a job somewhere too.
Yeah, I want to say that what's his name? Bobby in the chat, he says Stephanie fired Bruce Pritchard back in the day. I think it was just announced today. I want to say. I could be wrong. This is being recorded on Sunday night. I think it was just announced that Bruce Pritchard is named head of creative, which I'm a little bummed about. I think a lot of us started fantasy booking, I think, Triple H in that role, which I mean is on us. I don't think none of us are fucking there. Like none of us are backstage there and know exactly what's best. But we all kind of. It's exciting. It is definitely exciting. The idea that the main filter of WWE is now been removed. That one filter, Vince McMahon let everything funnel through him. Long gone are the days probably of the scripts being torn up hours before Raw is supposed to go onto the air. I don't think that's the case either. I don't think it's going to be business as usual, because of course there's going to be a huge vacuum right there where that stopgap was. But I think, like I said, I'm just looking at all the people in place. Like it's Bruce Pritchard is very much like on the same wavelength as Vince. So I don't think, the storytelling I don't think is going to be too fucking crazy.
Storytelling, I'm just like everything come through. Like he was already in this position per se. Like that's what the NXT 2.0 was supposedly him and fucking Vince's like brainchild, and like they were personally overseeing it. So it's like, what's really going to change? That's my thing.
There's got to be some Vince shit that's gone.
Right.
You got to think like some of the classic, like, I'm just going to throw some shit out here without like any fucking clue whether or not it is 100% Vince, but like Bobby's sisters, goddamn the Bobby Lashley.
One-named wrestlers.
Yeah, one-named wrestlers. Like, now I still think the name changes are going to be a big thing. I feel like
I think that was kind of Pritchard and them's that thing,
just wanting to get rights to their own names and shit.
Right. But the one name thing, I guarantee you that's out the fucking window.
Yeah. The obstacle courses for, once again, Bobby Lashley. I don't know why I keep going. Right. Bobby just felt like a Vince guy. Like Vince just had a lot of shit he wanted to book Bobby Lashley into.
Well, he always was. I mean, even he was in the biggest match in WrestleMania.
That's true. Yeah, no, that's very true. Yeah.
And he's a body guy. Like, what else? How could Bobby not be a Vince guy with a body like that?
Man, I don't know, man. It's nuts. It is neat. I mean, if anything, I've noticed a lot of people are optimistic. I've seen a lot of people like, you know what, I want to give WWE another chance now. You know what I mean? Like I am now interested because, like I said, essentially everything that we saw always had a Vince McMahon touch on it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't, Vince obviously has a team of writers. It's not like Tony Khan over at AEW writing all the stuff, but everything that everybody else did, you heard all the stories that writers were creatively depressed because they knew that their original ideas just didn't fly because Vince McMahon wouldn't like them. So now it's like you'd have to think there's going to be more creative freedom, maybe less tightly wound scripted promos. That's another possibility from this. There's a lot of interesting things when you consider that like Vince McMahon won't have the final say in stuff anymore.
I'm just going to pull a Bama Dave on this, and I'm going to let's wait and see. Because like I said, it's too much. It's too fast, too quick. So I don't think we'll actually see any real changes probably till WrestleMania last year because they plan everything out so far ahead. Like I don't think they're going to make any like huge changes. I do feel that all the internet's guys and like the wrestling guys are Kevin Owens, especially Sami Zayn after what he said on the Stone Cold podcast. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, Kevin Owens, Finn, all the like guys we love, like they have to feel better knowing that. So first of all, that their guy Triple H is in a high up position in creative, so they'll have a bigger voice. And the main person who didn't see them as flag bearers is gone. So like, I feel like a lot of people should be optimistic about what could be.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. Noob has a highlighted chat. He says some fans want black and gold NXT back since Triple H is back. However, I like 2.0. It's developmental and its focus on character development. Noob, I'm right there with you. The black and gold's done.
Yeah, I don't even I'm with you too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'll always look back at Black and Gold, and a lot of people will look back at it more as me because I wasn't even like I was that hardcore of a fan. But I'll always look back at it fondly. But it's not like you couldn't just take the arena, go back to the classic aesthetics, and it would be the same. It's not. They've gutted it out 100%.
The thing that I'm hoping for 2.0 is like I actually love a lot of the guys on the show, and I like a lot of the gimmicks. I just don't like the presentation and like how they went back to like 1990s version of WWE shit. I'm hoping that Triple H gets a hold of some of these guys and applies his old school storytelling like he did with the Black and the Gold, because that's what, as much as everyone wants to give the in-ring shit about Black and Gold, a lot of it, that stuff was storyline based and stories first. We didn't get the super dope matches that everybody remembers until takeovers, which was only 4 times a year. So like there was storytelling and shit to get us to those points. So that's what I'm hoping. Like if Triple H does go back to NXT, that like I would love to see him get his hands on like Carmelo and even Braun. Like I think that he could fix a lot of the shit that I don't like in Braun. Like I think he needs to slow down a little more, maybe process less of the fucking screaming and shit.
Well, that's another crazy dynamic too, is because now we're wondering about, there's their NXT guys. Will the original idea, because remember, I think it was Triple H was quoted saying that he wanted before NXT, back into the Black and Gold, before guys got called up, he was hoping that they would have like 3 to 6 months worth of booking planned out for the guys to maximize the impact. And, obviously instead it was like it really honestly just seemed like Vince was looking at, okay, who's drawing the most, or let me see their pictures. Oh, you look pretty neat. Let's pull you up here, doing zero research. A great example is Aleister Black's debut commentary, trying to tell the audience like what his character was. And quoting, to this day, I remember this like fucking nails on a chalkboard. He's the blue collar fighter. Wrestler. He fights for like the everyday man. Was like how they described fucking Aleister Black. And I was like, you guys have never seen this guy once in your life, and you're not even trying to hide that. Like, yeah, like, oh man, how about less fucking cringy entrance, like sound effects while we're at it too, right?
Right. Shing. Like, what the fuck is that?
Apparently Walter or Gunther. I'm not even mad at Gunther anymore, to be honest with you. I'm not even that mad at Gunther anymore, as far as the name goes. Apparently, they changed his fucking music again. Again, yeah. Last week, I guess it was on SmackDown. He came out. I didn't pick up on it because at SmackDown at this point, SmackDown is sharing my attention with my fucking phone screen. I have like the hardest time.
I can't even remember the last time I watched SmackDown.
Yeah, it's fucking abysmal at this point. They spin their wheels so poor, like badly every week.
A lot of people got new music. Shayna Baszler, they fucking destroyed hers and gave her a new song. A couple other people.
Yeah, I like what they're doing with Gunther, though. I do. I like what they're doing with him. Hey, he's got a cool character. Yeah. What the fuck's his name? I came up with him. I forget what they're calling him.
I forget too.
Yeah. Alison, he's an Austrian pretending to be German. It works for him, okay? Leave it alone. It works. But he like barks orders at God damn it. Is it Fabian Eichner? Is that who?
It was Martel.
Martel.
I don't know what they changed his name to.
Yeah. You guys let me know in the chat. I've honestly I forgot. But essentially what they've been doing is, if you haven't seen it, when Martel wrestles, if he loses, Walter chops the shit out of him as like discipline. And Walter was on the outside and he's like barking orders, and he assisted him in winning on Friday. And at this point now, Bartel is fucking scarred. He's just, anytime he's like a whooped dog, dude. Like, yeah, I know it's Marcel, but I'm trying to figure out what they changed his name to.
Yeah.
But Gunther fucking like psyched him out, gave him a pat on the back, and then just chopped the shit out of him anyways. Because it's WWE. You know what I mean? They're a one-note joke. Even though Friday was the day Vince left, it wasn't like they just all of a sudden decided to rewrite everything that they did. But he chopped the shit out of him, dude. At least, I think that's the thing that, like, why I'm not mad was with Gunther, besides, I mean, the entrance, I'm still sore about that shit because that music
that
is
was one of the
fucking awesome, man.
That was literally one of the greatest entrances, maybe of all time, with that music and stuff and everything.
Ludwig Kaiser. There we go. Kaiser. That's right. Sorry, RN. Yeah, that music was fucking phenomenal. But everything else about him has kind of remained the same. He still gets to be a fucking beast in the ring, and he's still, he's kept his moveset, his attitude, like everything about him. I mean, his look is so dramatically different, though, too.
Right. He's lost, literally, looks like he lost like 50 fucking pounds.
He lost like a whole human being, like, off of him. Jesus Christ, dude. I like that Walter's kind of going back on everything that we thought about him. The whole, like, he's not going to move to the States because he wants to be in the UK and shit, and no, he's still fucking dope, man. He's still dope. That's the thing.
I can't believe I can say it, but yeah, there's, from what I've seen, he's still Walter besides the name.
Yeah, I mean, if you were like, hey, look, here's your choice with Walter. We can keep the name and keep the entrance, but he's gonna wrestle like a fucking like any other giant. Or we can keep him in ring and change his entrance music and his name. We're probably gonna keep the in ring Walter because that's what we show up for. And
he's not even a giant. That's the worst part.
Yeah, true. He's like an AEW giant. You know what I mean? Is Randy Orton an AEW giant?
Fuck yeah, Randy Orton's fucking Big Show.
Dude, he's huge, ain't he? Like,
he's
Randy Orton's
fucking Big Show
giant,
in fucking AEW, bro.
Randy Orton's like, what, 6'6"? He's fucking ginormous, dude.
He's literally the Big Show in AEW.
Now, the Big Show's in AEW. Like,
yeah, what? I mean,
I'm kind of look. I'm kind of pissed that we haven't seen Paul White in the ring just a couple times. Like,
I think they got the gist of it once they got there and they saw that everybody comes up to his dick.
Yeah,
it's probably not a great match to have when his dick is poking people in the forehead. He's giving people the lariat with his nutsack and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. It's not really cable friendly unless we move it to unless they do move to HBO Max. Then Paul White will be the Cocksmith champion of the world.
The Cocksmith champ of AEW. Make another belt for the Big Show just for his dick. That's it. The belt just wraps around his fucking horse dick that he's got.
Literally.
Yeah.
Shit, one of those belts he got now could probably fit around his sack.
Probably, man. The original women's belt would have fucking been perfect size for the Big Show dick.
That's what it was. Just bring the women's title back.
That's out. That belt was made for the Big Show's dick right there. That's what it was. It was fucking stupid.
Fucking title match versus him and Marco Stunt.
Oh man, I still would love to see that shit.
Yeah, Big Show's dick versus Marco Stunt.
Yeah, fucking knocks him out cold, man. Just one hip swivel to the left, bro. Fucking, that's like the clothesline. That's the equivalent of JBL giving you the clothesline from hell right there.
Right.
Big Show just like whips
What
Marco
if all this
Stunt
time
with his
Marco
dick.
Stunt was Big Show's dick?
According to Val Venus, he isn't gifted. All right, listen. You don't have to poke holes in this fucking theory, okay? It's probably just because he's just probably not built proportional. If that's it. Like, if Big Show could probably whip out like an 8-inch dick and they'd be like, well, that's kind of disappointing. Like, given the man's like fucking 8 foot tall,
That's true.
You know?
That, an 8-inch dick would look like a fucking toddler's dick on Big Show.
On the Big Show, right? Yeah, man. It's fucking...
This conversation took a turn.
It's all right, man. I told you this Red Bull's like the closest thing to alcohol I've drank in fucking months. Oh shit. One of the cool other rumors, man, that came out that fucking Sean Ross Sapp told us about was I guess it's speculated that Kevin Dunn might be on his way out too.
I hope so.
You think so? You hope so?
I just everything that I've heard about him and just like
he's a piece of shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He's a piece of fucking shit.
Yeah. That's the gist of it.
He is a Vince McMahon. He's a fucking Vince McMahon cock-sucking piece of shit. You know what? I will give him one thing. I don't know how the dude could be just because we stick to the terrible rumors. Like the most recent one making the rounds is he thought that fucking Becky Lynch wasn't like pretty enough or sexy enough to be the face of WWE or whatever.
Right.
But like Kevin Dunn is extremely talented in the production truck.
Yeah.
But it's weird that just as talented as he is, he's also equally as fucking horrible with all the goddamn, we all always come back to the shaky cam and million goddamn cuts. But no, yeah, he's a piece of shit, bro. Like fucking.
And I think a lot of it just got to his fucking head. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's why they try all the shit with like the cuts and stuff and everything. He's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
Well, I mean, if it still fits the Vince McMahon style of everything. Vince McMahon's is very much likes things as caricatures and cartoons and over the top, and it's just like it you know, with everything, it's like being over the top is not enough. It's got to be fucking ridiculously beat it into your head until you're fucking dead over the top. And I can't believe, you know, another thing I hate about the fucking internet is when you get like a popular thought.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you just contrarians come out the woodwork. And lately I've noticed a lot of contrarians like Kevin Dunn doesn't get enough respect for the shit he does. Or if you take a second, like people defend the fucking starting to now defend the shaky cam and the fucking million cuts, saying it, you know, it hides. I guess I think I saw an argument for like worked punches and kicks. It helps hide them so they don't actually have to hit each other. Like, dude, there's a million fucking ways you could shoot that.
Right.
Like
what about when there was one fucking camera in the ring for what, 50 years?
Jackie Chan's made a fucking like 4-decade-long career out of making stunts look like kung fu and shit look devastating without ever hitting somebody. You know what I mean? At least intentional. No, it's fucking garbage, dude. I hope the rumors are true. It seems like it would. Kevin Dunn seems like him and Vince just seem like a package deal. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like Vince is the brains, Kevin's the eyes. You know what I mean? Right. Fucking get rid of that shit. Oh man. What else, bro? What else you been up to, alright?
I haven't been up anything but just fuck AEW.
Fuck AEW. Why?
Because how they did fucking Jonathan Gresham for fucking Claudio Castagnoli, which this is no hate against Cesaro / Claudio. No hate against him at all. Like, I fucking love the guy. He's awesome. But just throwing him into the title match, no build, no nothing, just to put a world title on him. That's not even really a recognized world title. They don't even have a fucking show. It's pretty much like it has the worth of the FTW title, honestly. And just shitting on Jonathan Gresham the entire time he's been a part of this fucking roster. A heel turn for no reason. Throwing it into Tully Blanchard's fucking stable, which didn't make any sense when he already had his own stable built in, but they fucking dismantled it out the gate with getting rid of with putting fucking Lethal with Sanjay Dutt and the fucking ridiculous giant. You know what I'm saying? Like he had the Foundation was one of the top fucking factions in the entire wrestling world. Like there was no reason to break them up, but here we go, AEW overthinking everything and sticking with, as long as you're from WWE, you're all right with me, Tony Khan.
Hey, it's fucking Cesaro though. All right, listen.
Fuck off, bro.
It's fucking Stop. Cesaro. We have 10 years of people.
So give him one of those other 20 fucking championships that AEW has.
Nah, give him a world title, man. Fuck Gresham.
I mean, that's literally that was the conversation.
That's how it probably went.
Fucking, we don't need him.
William Regal and Moxley and Danielson walk back there like, we got Cesaro. We got to get a belt on him. It's
and another black person that never will be in the main event in AEW.
Oh man, he's gonna. Hey, dude, you can go to dark. I'm just kidding, man. I feel you guys are gonna think I'm serious. Like people are gonna tune out before they realize I'm fucking kidding. Like
no, it just goes back to this. What I've been saying. Like, there's never gonna be a person of color unless they're Japanese in the main event of fucking AEW. It's just not gonna happen. They haven't shown us that they can make it happen.
Man, it's Cesaro though.
All right, so hear me out then. So who do you think is more deserving to be a world champion or in the world champion conversation? Keith Lee or Cesaro?
Oh, Keith Lee.
Where is Keith Lee at?
He's a champion right now. He's a world tag team champion.
Where is Keith Lee? Say it again.
He's a world tag team champion.
Tag team champion. Not a singles wrestler. Not at the top of the card where he fucking should be and should deserve to be. But he's in a tag team. This is what they do, bro. There's never gonna be a person of color at the top of that fucking card. They just keep proving it to me over and every time I try and give them the benefit of doubt. Like they had Keith Lee come out so dope, kind of put him like in the upper mid, so it should look like it would be like a path there for him to get there, and then 2 weeks later he's in a fucking tag team.
Look, Keith Lee's just got to wait for all the white people to have a turn with those belts.
When is that ever gonna fucking happen? They just keep signing more and more white people.
Look, eventually the professional wrestling scene will run out of like skinny white dudes. Okay,
they won't. That's all the indies is.
The skinny white guy scene in the independent wrestling will dry up, RN, and it'll be Keith Lee's time.
So he'll be 57 years old, I guess, by the time he gets into that.
Motherfucker, it'll be Keith Lee's grandchildren before that shit happens.
It'll be Keith Lee the fourth before he gets Keith Lee gets a title run.
He'll suit his fucking name, though, with as regal as he already is.
Right. It just, like I said, it just makes no sense to me, bro. Like, and he has been fucking carrying that company that doesn't have a name or a place since they fucking went under. He's been on every fucking promotion, keeping that Ring of Honor shit up. There wouldn't even be a Ring of Honor or anybody recognizing if it wasn't for fucking Gresham still holding on and defending that fucking title all over the fucking world. And then this is how you repay him?
Is there a chance, though, that this was Gresham's doing? Like, Gresham was like, hey, man, I want to go to Impact with my girl.
No.
You know what I mean?
They supposedly got into a fucking tiff with him in the back and got it. Like, was pissed off that they didn't text him back or some shit to like the day of to tell him that he was fucking losing and that he was losing to Cesaro. He asked for his release. Dude,
he knew he was losing the second Cesaro was announced for that match.
No shit. That's what I'm saying.
Dude, the writing, everybody knew.
Like, come on, bro. Like, you couldn't have done him somewhat. Even if I would have felt a lot better about it if it was an actual feud and build up to it. Like, it was literally, he's been in a feud with Lee Moriarty the last fucking 4 weeks. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just did him straight fucking dirty, bro. Like I said, there wouldn't even be, Ring of Honor wouldn't be worth shit without Jonathan Gresham. I see people online saying he just didn't connect with the crowd. When the fuck was he supposed to when he only had 2 matches? The entire 6 months.
There were no fucking crowds, man.
Like, it didn't make no fucking sense.
He was a champ of a company
that had 10, and then when they finally did bring crowds back, it was like 20 people.
Oh man,
40. I guess it was like 10 people in each front row.
You know what I'm gonna say though? I hate to say it because I am the fucking barometer for the average AEW fan, and I will say I've never been interested in Ring of Honor in my life, but now I am. Like, I'm totally interested in it. Like, I got to work today and I was like, I gotta check out Death Before Dishonor. The 2 main events, like quote unquote, the 2 main events were the reason why. Like, I wanted to see the Claudio match, and then I still need to go back and watch. I only actually got to see the opening match, and then work got fucking slammed.
And I'm not mad at that either. Like, I'm glad that that's a thing, and like I know that AEW fans, because they're such fucking stands and like cock blowers. Yes, they're going to make Ring of Honor something.
It's not just that, man. It's not just that, but it's like...
No, that's exactly it. Because like you said before...
man. I'm not cock blower, you asshole.
I'm saying it in a good way, because you even said before, you had no fucking interest in Ring of Honor at all. But AEW fans will make this a thing, and I will, like you're saying, like, that part I'm totally for, and I'm glad that Ring of Honor's going to be elevated. And the AEW fans are going to elevate it, and like you just said, get interested in it. But like, to throw away the person that has single-handedly kept that company afloat the last 3 or 4 years, to do him like they did him, and him being a person of color, like, it's just one more thing for me to say fuck AEW about, bro. Like, it's like, it's super. And take the black card, I'll take the black part out. Just any fucking world champ that put a fucking company on his fucking back for that long, and then to get treated like that, like, if that had been anybody else, and not even a black person, just any other top guy that people loved, and that happened to, it would be they would lose their fucking mind. But because it's AEW and Claudio, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's everybody's like finding some reason to downplay fucking Gresham.
Hey, that Cesaro section has been waiting a fucking decade, though.
And like I said, this is not me talking shit about him. This is nothing against him. Like, he deserved a world title, but this isn't a world title to me. They don't even have a fucking show or
they defended on fucking Wrestle Kingdom, man. That belt's been defended in fucking Japan, bro.
Yeah, because of what Gresham brings to the belt, not because they just wanted to have fucking the ROH title in there. They wanted Gresham to defend.
Actually, is that true? Has the Ring of Honor belt been defended in?
No, I don't think it was
New
on
Japan.
AEW.
I might be thinking about. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking about Impact else. Or something. I know. Maybe it's Impact. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, it was Impact. That's what I'm saying. It's been everywhere fucking else but New Japan.
Oh, really? Damn. I thought I fucking had a cool little wrestling fact. Well, they had no. New Japan and Ring of Honor have done crossover shows in the past. That's right. Yeah, they did. They did War of the Worlds back in like 2014 and shit. And Honor Rising. Okay. So that's where I'm getting the shit mixed up.
Right.
Noob says, if you thought the Ring of Honor pay-per-view was bad, try. Yeah, he complained about this a minute ago, and he highlighted this comment. And I'm sorry, Noob. Try barbed wire everywhere between Jericho and Kingston. It was terrible and laughable when it comes to the hardcore matches. Like, is AEW mutilating everyone in those hardcore matches? Okay, listen. I'll slightly defend that match. That match
I will slightly defend it too.
That match wasn't. It once again, it fell flat on the ending. The ending was god awful. Yeah. If there's no reason, if you were going to have Eddie Kingston stand tall, why he had to lose, and then of course everybody was missing their spots
right
shortly afterwards.
Well, my complaint about it is you had a guy that was literally from CCW that could participate in these type of matches for 10 fucking years, and then you have him lose to fucking Jericho. With an elbow.
Yeah, that was god awful.
It was fucking terrible. Everything about it is fucking terrible. And I love Jericho. I'm not trying to shit on Jericho either. But still, like, how many big matches is Eddie Kingston gonna lose? Like, there's no way he's ever gonna recover.
He's getting to that point of no return.
He's already there. When's the last? He's never won a big match.
Yeah, because his whole thing with Jericho, right, was it initially started with calling Eddie out for choking on the big ones and fucking being his own worst enemy. Kingston wins that match. And then goes.
That was the last match.
And then technically his team won in blood and guts, but he didn't get fulfilled because it was
he didn't get the pin.
It wasn't him that got Jericho was about to tap, and then Claudio got the victory, and then of course Jericho wins this. Yeah, it was probably Jericho. Like, I can't fucking lose all 3 matches. Well, you probably could have, Jericho. You know, you had an out at blood and guts.
I just don't get it with Eddie. Like, and they clearly like hold him a high standing. Like, he's always at or near the top of the card, but it's just like, God damn, like, let the man get one fucking victory. Like, if it was gonna be a victory for him to get, it was this type of match when the motherfucker was the face of CZW for fucking 10 years. Like, what the fuck?
Not to mention, okay, so let's poke holes. Like, I will say this. Some of the obvious fucking holes in this match was you had so the shark cage. By the way, let's run this down for anybody that hasn't heard this. So this is a barbed wire everywhere match, main eventing Fighter Fest week 2 of Dynamite. I want to say it's week 2. I think maybe it was week 1. I can't remember. But anyways, fucking barbed wire was everywhere, and Jericho's team is suspended in the air in a shark cage because it's fucking Shark Week. Then you have fucking Ruby Soho controlling the cage. For one, Ty Conti comes down to let the people down in the cage. Why wasn't she in the fucking cage with him? Right? That was pretty dumb. But then comes Anna Jay, who's a face, comes down to confront Ty Conti. She turns heel and lets them down out of the cage. So right away, why was Ty Conti not in the cage? Like, she could have been in the cage, and this would have just been Anna Jay turning heel.
And it would have made a hell of a lot more sense.
It would have made way more fucking sense. Okay, and then the hilarious part, because these matches never go the way they're supposed to, and I love that shark cages and well, it's not really shark cages. It's just pro wrestling and locks. Fucking never work. For whatever reason, whenever you have a legitimate lock on something on live TV, nobody can get that fucking thing to unlock. And I love that on the fly, as Ty Conti's trying to let the rest of the Jericho appreciation out of the fucking cage, that it's not working. So they realize they just go through the fucking the gimmicked bars, and they just walk through the fucking bars, man.
That part, I was like, what? Why didn't somebody just do that while I was hanging?
Because they legitimately were like 10 feet off the ground. Like they could have. Oh my god, I feel like oh my god, just Jesus Christ. Yeah, it is like a lot of the shit was silly and poor done. Kingston and Jericho just can wrestle the fucking shit out of each other, though. They can wrestle. Jericho got his I watched back, dude. You see the spot where Jericho got his fucking nose broken? Mm-mm. Yeah, so Kingston's hoisting a chair over his head, right? Like he's gonna fucking do an unprotected shot to Jericho's head. Jericho runs up, does a code breaker to Kingston. Mind you, he's got the chair up here. Oh. So when he comes down to eat that code breaker, the chair comes loose and just fucking right on the bridge of the nose. And you saw it. I saw it on the broadcast. Like when Jericho was touching his face, I was like, oh, that's not like a gimmick. Like when wrestlers, they're always over the top. So they're just like hands are everywhere. Right. But when they're like just gently tapping, I was like, oh, Jericho got fucked up. And sure enough, yeah. I go back and watch the replay. That chair came down right on the bridge of his nose, fucking shattered the thing, dude. Oh, it's so awesome. Jericho's a tough bastard, though. Yeah, he is, man. He's a fucking tough
that
bastard.
Fucking old leathery skin, like there's nothing to penetrate in that.
No. Yeah, that finish was pretty fucked up, though, man. Yeah, because you had Kingston, because Sammy Guevara returns, cost the match.
Could that have been any more fucking like just foreshadowed? Like everyone else was gone, there was no one left. Oh, where's Sammy? Here comes fucking Sam. Like,
yeah. I will say, is a huge fan of AEW, like the big brawls. That is like their I think that's like one of their main tropes. Mm-hmm. Is they rely way too much on like large scale brawls. And yeah, it really detracted from what was going on. I guess the writing was on the wall with that shit, but it's hilarious. Thank you, Noob. Yeah, that was good to think about that match. Like, it's still not. It's kind of like up there with like the exploding barbed wire death match. We all remember that shit ending. Everything else about that match was fucking awesome. And that's the thing is it's like it's always how you got to remember that. Like in professional wrestling and like a lot of other things, it's how you leave them. And they did have like an all right fun match.
It did.
But that end was so fucking garbage, dude. Oh, man. I wonder if Vince is going to pop up in AEW. Wouldn't that should be hilarious? Just pop up in the audience.
That would be kind of dope for real.
Mm.
And
he could do it. You know what he'd do is he'd be there supporting Shane.
Right.
Fucking Shane McMahon's going to show up in AEW, man. Vince supporting his boy.
He's probably coming home now. They're back in control.
Oh, yeah, right? Vince got
what was Stephanie's? They're co-CEOs, and then she had another title.
She's co-CEO with Nick Khan.
Right.
I think beforehand she was the chief branding officer or something like that.
I think she had another title when they announced everything after her retirement.
Let me see.
It was co-CEO and something else.
Chief brand officer of WWE.
Oh, she's back to that then?
Yeah, I mean that's the very first thing Google pops up with. Yeah. Yo, how big of a video package you think Vince is gonna get on Raw?
10 minutes.
Dude, they got to do one, right?
Yeah, if they gave him a fucking thing on.
Because SmackDown, it happened. It was so abrupt. Do some on Raw. Yeah, so I'm very much in the belief, like Alison earlier in the chat said, I'm very much in the belief that fucking they found some real dirt on Vince, or the board held a gun to his head. It was like
supposedly Wall Street Journal is coming out with another expose, like a part 2.
This would be part 3, man.
Well, yeah, part 3. There's another one with more allegations.
Bro, you gotta sit closer to your mic, man. We're gonna hook you up.
Bad, sorry.
You good? Fucking sound like I'm talking to you down the hallway.
Yeah, that, from what I heard, like it's actually Match Me in Pro Wrestling. Rich Zarian over there, he reported
Jesus Christ.
Wall Street Journal is about to come out with a fucking other story with more allegations, more women, and more money.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. Give me all the drama.
Out in front of it.
Yeah, but I think the board of directors held a gun to that motherfucker's head. Like, look, we can do this easy way, we can do this the hard way. Fucking.
But the worst part is he's still fucking majority shareholder.
Yeah,
so
he can still sell the shit.
Right.
But they were just like, you know, you can't fucking no more running the company. Like, dude,
right.
You know, there's too much mainstream publicity. Fucking, it's just the classic, like everything else, man. It was the fucking classic, like just essentially cancel movement, man. Like all your dirt is fucking coming up, and this WWE world does not exist in your fucking own personal universe anymore. Like it is part of planet Earth operating alongside all these other businesses.
And that's my thing too, is like this happens to fucking Fortune 500 companies all the time. Some scandal or something comes out and heads roll at the top and new people come in. So it's like, I'm not surprised. I figured eventually it was becoming, but then like I said, the timing was perfect. They waited till after the market closed on Friday to announce it. And then, like I said, stuff coming out about another story with more women and more allegations. So,
oh fuck yeah! No, that was the main thing. I forget who I initially saw it, but they were right on the money when the first part of that Wall Street Journal broke, and they were like, "This is this woman came forward," and they said usually I want to say it may have been like Adam Pacitti from Cultaholic. But they said normally when stuff like this happens, that first is just kind of like when the dam breaks. Right. Usually it's that one gets out there and then comes everybody else. And that's kind of like how a lot of the other stuff, like the Me Too movement, the speaking out movement happens. It only takes
Sean
like
Watson, he went from like 3 cases to like 25.
Yeah.
Now counting.
It just takes 1 or 2 people to step forward, and then fucking everybody comes forward, and they'll probably have people coming forward forever. I right now officially I think we're at 4 women that Vince paid off in NDAs. Dude, this guy's been a powerful fucking rich man for goddamn like 4 decades. You know what I mean? Like, bro, like,
and I don't even really care about the NDAs because like so many execs, dude. I care about the NDAs, like you said. Like we talked about a couple of weeks ago, when they paid them off because they were doing some fucked up shit. Like if it's just some girls he was banging on the side and was like, hey, don't say nothing, that's fine. Like that's consensual. It happens every day. NDAs are a fucking thing now. But if it's like you fired me because of this, blah blah blah, and all right, shut up, sorry, here. That's the type of those are the ones I want to hear about. That was one of the ones that came out with, I believe it was a female talent, like a wrestler. Yeah.
He paid like something like $7.5 million because he coerced her into sex. She didn't want to do it no more. She got fired, and fucking he paid her off. And that's the thing. That was one of the things I learned. I didn't realize that fucking NDAs have an expiration.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy to me, man. Like, goddamn. Yeah, I need you to keep
any contract. No contract is indefinite unless it says it in the contract.
I don't fucking know, man. I've never had to pay anybody off. You know what I mean? Shit, I don't have the money
just any contract. Like, just think about like a contract with your cable company. Like, it's like normally there's terms and there's fucking lengths of how long the terms last. It's like anything. Like,
fucking shit, man. Yeah, this shit's gonna come out for a long fucking time. Like I said though, like. The thing about it is none of us are shocked. What's crazy is people are more shocked that Vince is stepping down or is out of WWE than that he's been like raping people for fucking years. Like, it's like that's what people are fucking shocked about, is the man.
Does that surprise you?
No, I mean, I'm shocked. We all knew it. Like, he's fucking human. It's just, you can only live and function for so fucking long on this earth, but it's still like he just seemed like a fucking Terminator. Like, how's this dude in his mid 70s? I mean, for one, he's in his
sleeping 3 hours
Yeah, he's in his mid-70s, and he's in way better shape than I fucking am. You know what I mean? His mom lived to be like 100-something. It just seemed like, dude, it just seemed like this dude will fucking, like, he'll have to croak in gorilla to get this motherfucker out. You know what I mean? Like, so it's weird to hear it, you know, especially like, you know, of his own doing.
It's always pussy, man. It's always
fucking pussy. Dude, it's the downfall of this world will always be pussy.
And that's the thing about me too, like especially like what's pissing me off, like even with these football players like the Deshaun Watson and shit, like they have all the money in the world. You cannot tell me that there's not prostitutes or groupies to do all the things you would want to do, and no one would know about it. But they always want to do it on people that don't want anything to do about it, and then end up fucked. Like Deshaun Watson was thrusting his dick in masseuse's face while he was getting massages and stuff. Like, bro, you could pay a hooker or whore or anything you want to be your private masseuse to fucking yak you off before a game. Like, you don't have to just go to fucking random masseuse who you've never met before and shove your cock in their face, bro. Like, you're a millionaire.
There's got to be something about fucking just like, oh, I'm so wrong.
It's some weird shit, bro.
You know, you got what if it's like a power play? You ever seen fucking
that's what I'm saying. It's like a weird fucking power play about it. Like,
yeah, man.
Like, bro, stop. Like,
yeah, that's like that scene in The Boys when Homelander's jerking off on top of like a skyscraper. It's like, I can do whatever the fuck I want, you know? It's kind of like what that is, man. These sick fucking
literally
people.
What it was. Like, come on, bro. Like, I just don't get like the rapey part on it. Like, I don't want to touch somebody that doesn't want me to touch them. Like that. I don't understand how that could like get somebody off or turn somebody on. Like,
yeah, man. I don't get that either, bro. Like, it's like my wife, man. Like, it's like my wife. No, like not like that. No, it's like, you know, if I'm like trying to like, hey, yo, you want to fuck tonight? And my wife's like, okay, fine. I'm instantly out of it. I'm like, God damn it, treat it like a chore. Like that shit takes me out of it. Just hearing that it sounds part, like a minor inconvenience.
Just a huff. Like,
yeah. All right, then I'm like, you know what, fuck it, never mind.
In the shower, fuck off, bro.
Yeah, man. So yeah, no, I hear exactly what you're saying. Like, if it even strikes me as a minor inconvenience, I'm like, all right, fuck it, never mind then, you know. But these other people, man, that's I don't know, bro.
It's that's all weird. Tell me no more.
Tell me no more.
Like, no.
It's got to be people surrounded by yes men. They're just not used to fucking.
And that's normally it is powerful men. It's normally what it is.
It's a weird
powerful
fucking
men
thing,
fuck
man.
people around them, and they fuck over people around them. They can't help it.
Yeah, I don't like thinking about that shit. That shit's wrong. I'd rather just go back to thinking about fun shit like the Big Show's cock or something. Right. And that's what I'd rather focus my attention on.
Like the Big Show's cock, like taking out JR on commentary.
Fucking shit. Speaking of JR, man. You think he's gonna make it into 2023 on that desk?
Fuck yeah.
You think so?
I think he found his niche doing just like the second half and just like things. He probably couldn't hold his piss anymore. Like he's made that a point that it's hard for him to not have to piss himself for 2 hours at a desk. Like he said that in interviews before. So, I mean, him coming in pitch hitting or fucking like coming in closing out. Like I think that's fucking dope.
Yeah, it is. It is refreshing. And it also makes the second half kind of feel more special.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like that. It's like, and even the barbed wire match, like when they having JR come out and him coming out with his entrance music and shit, like it feels big time. It's like, all right, shit's picking up now.
You know who capitalized on that the best was WWE did that. And they brought him in for the end of an era Hell in a Cell match. Right. With Undertaker and Triple H with Shawn Michaels as the guest ref. Mm-hmm. Jim Ross didn't commentate at all that night, and they brought him out for just that match, and it instantly elevated that fucking match, helped elevate it into that legendary status. Yeah. Alison says, can we keep Regal off the table? He's fine on promos, but his commentary is trash. I don't think that's true. I don't
think he's trash. It just doesn't. It's too many cooks in the kitchen.
He's also not as intense when he has to be commentating. His promo style is very intense, but you can't maintain that intensity when you're calling a match on the fly. You know what I mean? Like, it's contrary to what we like appreciate about his personality, but it's not trash by no means.
And a lot of it too is that fucking English slang and shit he be using for half the time. I don't know what the fuck he's saying half the time he's on the booth.
Nah, dude, if you want to hear great fucking commentary, go watch Dark. I love when Excalibur and Taz, I will take this.
Right, you've been saying that for a while.
I'll drive this home, dude. When they can cut up and be loose and goofy and it's not nearly as serious. Dude, their commentary, it's worth the price of admission half the fucking time.
I mean, they're pretty much like Cole and Taz back then. Honestly, that's all, because if Excalibur didn't have that stupid fucking mask, like I could take him serious, but he's the perfect straight man for Taz.
They'll prank each other on air. Yeah. Like Excalibur might make up a story and ask Taz if he's heard of it, and he'll be like, no, and he'll be like, yeah, I just made it up. You know, like they'll fucking like prank each other. Like they literally just have genuine fun on fucking air, dude. It's, oh man, it's hilarious. I haven't watched Dark in a while. I hope they have that dynamic still, because that shit's awesome. It's not about that. It's about him stumbling and mixing up everyone's names. Look, dude, all these wrestlers being shuffled around. It's hard. I literally had to like stop myself from sending out a tweet earlier because I said Daniel Bryan. It's fucking hard to keep up, man. It's hard to keep up. I'm not even gonna lie. I might have a hard time with Claudio Castagnoli. That name does not roll off the tongue. I bet a lot of people hold it very special. That name is brand new to me. I didn't know him from the Indies, and that name is a tough swallow for me.
It's his actual name.
Yeah, like I believe you.
That's his real name.
Like I believe you. It's just difficult. It doesn't. I ain't gonna lie. Like WWE, we can joke about their names, but their branding becomes pretty fucking solid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Oh, man. You got anything coming up later, RN? What's going on with your kennel business and all that shit? You seem to be making moves.
Nothing really. We got some, we recorded a lot of dope ass footage, this weekend for MJB shit. Adam was in a demolition derby.
I saw the fucking picture, man. You had the MJB logo on a goddamn car and shit.
Yeah, he actually drove in the derby. He did pretty good for his first time. He kind of got shitted on. It was like pretty much three teammates and then him. And he had a white car that stuck out like a fucking sore thumb. So he just got fucking gangbanged in the
You can't go out in a white car. It's like a wrestler in a white tee, dude. You just guarantee you're getting fucked up.
But no, it was a good time. We kicked it and shit. We went to the asshole of Ohio, Fayette County, to their fair, which was literally, I've never seen so many ugly people in my entire life in one spot. It was like it was like Hills Have Eyes, but hundreds and thousands of people.
Oh man,
I could feel the COVID around me.
It's like one of my family reunions right there.
He said that's like one of my family reunions. But we had a dope ass time, and we got a lot of that footage coming out, and then we recorded. His brothers were in town from Arizona, so we did a couple music videos the night before. So we got some good shit jumping for MJB coming out here shortly.
Sweet, dude. Yeah, everybody's got to pay attention to that shit. And you guys have a YouTube channel, right?
Yeah. Me and Jelly Bean Productions on YouTube.
Awesome, man. Here on Smacked Raw, we're doing a SummerSlam preview show on Tuesday because later this week, yours truly, along with Miss Alison and over on Box Spots and Chair Shots, Will Gray, we're all actually going to be at SummerSlam. So I'm going to do a preview show on Tuesday. And I don't know if I talked to you if you're going to be on it, or if you're able to. if you're not going to be on it, like I'm still deciding whether or not I want you on the show.
I'll take it. I'm not mad. Let me know if you guys need me. I'll jump on.
All right, cool. So it looks like we'll do the trio of us, me, you, and Will. We'll all we're all gonna do our little preview show for SummerSlam on Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. Same spot right here on Twitch. Otherwise, check out the show on fucking YouTube afterwards. But yeah, man. It's a fun show. It was a fun show, RN.
Yeah. I told you, all the ones we don't fucking plan or have anything ready to go, it always ends up being the best shows.
I still can't believe my wife ripped her fucking toenail off.
That's going to haunt my fucking dreams.
Look, here you go. Anybody watching, how about this? Ready? This will be a treat for you guys. I'm gonna pull the shit up live on air.
This will not be a treat.
Yeah, here you go. Fucking boom. So anybody watching the live stream, do you say trigger warning? I guess you say trigger warning, right?
What are you talking about?
I noticed a lot of people now, they say trigger warning when something
that's for when you're gonna like post something that's gonna trigger people. This ain't gonna trigger people. This gonna,
you don't think so?
This gonna make people puke.
If you're squeamish, have fun seeing this. All right. Well, bam! Look at that fucking toe.
It literally looks like the fucking table bit a chunk of her toe off.
Dude, it ripped that bitch right off.
Was there a hole? Like there's a hole in her toe.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That is gnarly.
Nice flip flops,
man.
Jess.
Sorry, babe. Ugh.
She's gonna fuck you up.
Dude, she really is. I'm pretty sure she is not wanting me to share this shit online. Fucking hell, bro. All right, man. We're out of here. You guys have a great night. See you next week.
Hey, this is Bret the Hitman Hart. The best there is, best there was, and the best podcast.